What's going on, family? Ran out of sunlight, so I had to do my filming outside the bus tonight. It is what it is, but didn't get to make any actual progress today. Not in terms of tangible, visible seat removal, but I did learn a few things, so I know the situation a little bit better and can hopefully tackle it eventually properly. Buddy of mine, which I'm gonna leave a comment or put in the description his YouTube information because he's a really cool cat, and he does music production. He's got a pretty cool channel. He dropped by today to have me work on a laptop of his. So while he was here, I figured it'd be a good idea to recruit him real quick and help me figure some things out. So with that being said, basically what I'm dealing with right now, and I will add video footage into this clip in order to show what I'm talking about. But the front two seats, so I got a total of three left. The front two that I mentioned before, the ones that fold up on the sides, I'm most likely going to keep. But the front two that face forward that fold up, I'm trying to get rid of. And then the middle seats in the center facing the back entrance, or exit I should say, are the three that I have left to go. Basically, I'm almost done. The downside to that is the one bolt left on the front facing seats that I mentioned before, on each one individually, are nearly impossible to get to. My buddy actually helped me out with that, so he was small enough, able to get in underneath the seat and actually get a socket wrench in there, and we're able to move them. So we didn't get them all the way out, but that's okay. I do intend on tackling that again in the next couple of days, hopefully, so those can be written off and done. With the side seat, that's going to be a very annoying one, because I ended up taking down the side panel that was beside that seat that led to the back section of the bus. Basically, it's where the front-facing seat at the back end of the bus would normally have like the wood panel in order to keep the people sitting in that seat from kicking the people sitting in the seat facing sideways. I took that panel down, which gave me access to the left side of those seats facing the back exit. And long story incredibly short, it looks like it's going to be nearly impossible to take these off in a normal fashion. I may have to actually cut them out, because the bolts in the front, I was able to completely remove those, so that was fine. But then when it came to getting to the other bolts that are holding the seats down, there are bolts in the back that are parallel to the ones in the front that are at the base of the seat instead of at the top of the seat. So it's basically 6 bolts in total, well, 7 bolts in total most likely, because one section at the far end has 2 bolts for, I think, keeping the side panel of that seat on, where there's an armrest on the far left side of it. In any event, 7 or 8 bolts. In any event, the bolts in front have parallel bolts that are in the back, which seem like they're going to be nearly impossible to get to because they're facing downward. So that puts me in a very annoying predicament, but it's the same general configuration as everything else, where it's a bracket that has downward facing bolts that have long nuts on the other side that basically lock into the bracket to hold everything down. So once I'm able to actually get in there and loosen the bolts, then I can wiggle the brackets in order to slide them into the position that releases the bracket. Problem is, some of those are 3 or 4 feet in underneath in a position that you just can't humanly get to, and I'm not seeing any possible way to access anything else around that area that would allow me to disassemble these. So most likely what I'm going to end up having to do, like I said before, is cut them out. I'm going to have to cut the plastic out so that I can then get to the framing and remove all of the framing. which is going to be fun because I really didn't want to have to go through all of that, but it is what it is. Again, I will have footage showing all of that, but the only other thing that I can see as a possibility, which is also just about as impossible because of the amount of space involved, is it looks like there's 2 screws that are holding down the bracket that the seats are bolted to from the base brackets of the framing. So the framing of the seats have brackets, and then there's a bracket that then gets bolted to those brackets, and that secondary set of brackets is what's screwed down into the base of the bus. So I couldn't tell if those screws were like hex head. Well, I know I could tell they weren't hex head. They looked like they were, the heads were rounded, so it's probably either Phillips or flathead. But I couldn't tell which because of the positioning and the fact that there's almost no way I could get any kind of camera in there to be able to get the angle that I would need to see what I need to see. So that's fun. The only other thing I could think of is the possibility of getting something in there that would allow me to cut those, but I don't know if I can get anything in there. I know I can't get anything in there power tool wise. I'd have to have a super long blade to get a sawzall underneath there. So I don't think that's going to happen that way. I could probably get a regular saw in there and be able to do that. Just saw the heads of the bolts off. That would be tedious. It'd be really tedious. But I think it's doable. I can't think of any other way to do that other than getting a power tool in there, like an actual saw, and chopping up the plastic body of the seat. I really can't see any other way to get in there. But that's pretty much what I have left to do. The front-facing seats, those single bolts that are holding them in at the end of that process, is pretty much a probably 10-minute project once I get both of the bolts moving, because one is moving, the other one isn't. So I got to hit it with some more PB Blaster and hope that there's enough looseness in order to get the socket wrench to move, because that one is not moving yet, but the other one, there's at least a little bit of give to it. So that's a positive. So hopefully in the next couple of days I'll have one of those seats out, and hopefully within the next couple of days after that I'll have both of those seats out. Then all I have left is the middle seat, which, to be totally honest, if I can't get to that in a timely manner in its own accord, I will probably back burner that until I need to get to that space. So I may just start working around it, trying to get other things done, because I'm ready to be done with this situation as far as these seats are concerned, and I am so close to being done it's not even funny. But yeah, that's pretty much all we got for today. Thanks again for subscribing. Thanks again for following. I appreciate you all. Look forward to the next video. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up so I can get some other things done today, because it is pie day, so I would like to try to hit the store and grab myself a pie if there's any left, because it is kind of late, before they close up. And then I can go visit a friend of mine who I really need to go see, which I may or may not get into the details with that, because that's a bit of a downer kind of scenario, but I digress. Anyway, again, thank you for watching. I appreciate you for being here, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.